Hi everyone, my name is Sheryl Eugenio from NCMA 8 batch, and today I am going to give you the 10 qualities of a good caregiver and their respective meaning in Tagalog. So now let us start from the number 1, which is patience o pasensya. Ang pasensya po, ito yung pinakasusi po sa lahat ng pag-uugali na dapat meron ng isang mabuting caregiver. Halimbawa po, demensya ang iyong pasyente. Mahirap po silang paliguan at painumin ng gamot. Ngunit sa iyong pagpapahayag o pagpapaliwanag sa isang maayos at mabuting pamamaraan ay siyang pagpapasunod sa kanila. Ang hindi po pagpapakita ng galit o anumang iritasyon ay palatandaan po ng pagpapakita natin ng ating pasensya. Number 2 po, cherry DEMEANOR o yung matamis at kaaya-ayang pag-uugali. Ang simpleng pagngiti lang po sa ating pasyente ay nakapagdudulot ng komportableng pakiramdam. Ito po ay nagbibigay sa kanila ng maayos na atmosfera. Ito po ay nakakabawas ng pag-aalinlangan at hiya. Kagaya po nitong nasa larawan na ito. Ito po ay cherry DEMEANOR. Pangatlo po ay ang multitasking o yung paggawa ng maraming bagay ng sabay-sabay. Hindi lang po pag-aalaga sa ating pasyente ang ating trabaho. Ang mga gawaing bahay din po ay sakop din ng ating trabaho. Ngunit ganun pa man, ang isang mabuting caregiver ay hindi naaapektuhan sa kung ano man ang kanyang trabaho o gaano man karami ang kanyang trabaho sa buong araw. Bagkus ito ay kanyang ginagampanan ng buong kahusayan nang hindi po naaapektuhan ang kalidad at antas ng kanyang kakayahan sa pagganap. Kagaya po nito. Mag-isa lang po siya pero marami po siyang trabaho. Punta na po tayo ngayon sa pang-apat. Ito po ang tinatawag na being able to think quickly o yung pag-iisip ng mabilis o yung mabilisang pag-iisip. Kagaya po nito. Ayan, marami po siyang option. Ang mabuting caregiver po ay hindi lang po dapat nakukontento doon sa kung ano lang po o yung mga nalalaman niya. Maging bukas po siya sa anuman pong mga klase ng pagtuturo na dapat po makakadagdag po sa antas at kalidad ng kanyang trabaho o profesyon. Punta po tayo ngayon sa number 7 o yung tinatawag natin na being a good listener. Ito po yung illustration ng being a good listener. Ayan. Yung isa po nagsasalita, ang isa po ay nakikinig ng mabuti. Being a good listener o yung pagiging mabuting tagapagpakinig. Halimbawa po, pinasyal natin ang ating pasyente sa labas. So, habang namamasyal po tayo, ang ating pasyente ay nagkukwento po ng kanyang pakikibaka po sa kanyang karamdaman. So, bilang pagpapakita po na tayo ay interesado sa kanyang mga kwento, tayo po ay nakikinig ng mabuti at nagbibigay po tayo ng inspirasyon para mas lalo pa po siyang willingness to go extra mile o yung kagustuhan mo na pumunta sa karagdagang milya. Halimbawa po, yung pasyente natin ay kailangang lumipat sa may kalayuang lugar. Dahil doon po ay kumpleto ang kanyang mga kakailanganin, lalo na yung makinarya para po sa kanyang mga sakit. Dahil doon po ay tinatawag na modernized na po yung mga gamit. So, kailangan po nilang lumipat doon. So, ngayon po, maninimbang tayo sa sitwasyon. Ano po ba yung importante sa atin? Iiwanan po ba natin ang ating iniiro o yung magpursige po tayo sa ating trabaho? Ang isang mabuting caregiver po ay hindi niya iiwanan ang kanyang pasyente dahil po yun ay napamahal na sa kanya at sasamahan po niya hanggang sa huli. Ito po yung willingness to learn, willingness to go extra mile. Ito po yung illustration. Yung humahakbang po siya pagkatapos ng isang successful step po. Pupunta po tayo ngayon sa pinakahuli. Ito po ang tinatawag na being able to take responsibility. Kung inyo pong nakikita, marami pong mga mabibigat na nakaatang sa kanyang balikat. Ang being able to take responsibility po sa Tagalog, ito yung tinatawag na pagiging isang responsibilidad. Halimbawa po yung pasyente natin napulunan dahil po ito ay pinainom ng kanyang anak ng tubig. So yung gagawin po natin ay tatapikin po natin ng dahan-dahan ang kanyang likod. So sa ganong sitwasyon po, dapat nating tanggapin sa ating sarili na tayo po ay may pagkukulang po doon at meron po tayong pagkakamali. So lagi po nating tatandaan na kung sa anong mang sitwasyon po, bilang isang mabuting caregiver po ay nakasalalay po sa atin ang lahat-lahat ng responsibilidad po. At lahat po ay sakop natin sa ating pasyente. Responsibilidad po natin ang ating pasyente. At dahil po doon sa mga pagkakamaling yun, dahil dapat po tayong matuto para hindi na po maulit ang mga ganong sitwasyon po. So hanggang dito lang po ang aking pagtatalakay ukol po sa 10 kalidad at pag-uugali ng isang mabuting caregiver. Hanggang sa muli po, maraming salamat. Bye! Ang tinatawag na being able to think quickly o yung pag-iisip ng mabilis o yung mabilisang pag-iisip. Kagaya po ito. Ayan, marami po siyang option. Nakakapag-isip po siya. Maraming option kung ano yung gagawin niya sa sitwasyon. Halimbawa po, yung pasyente mo ay natumba. Tapos nung sinuri mo po ito, may pulso pa po siya, may tibok pa po ng puso, pero hindi na po siya humihinga. Dahil po, alam mo yung mga dapat mong gagawin. So, binigyan mo po siya ng CPR o yung tinatawag na cardiopulmonary resuscitation. Habang ginagawa mo po yun, kinuha mo po ang iyong cellphone at inilagay po yun sa speaker on. Ikaw po ay tumawag sa nalalapit po sa malapitang hospital para po magkaroon ng mabilisang tulong upang ang iyong pasyente po ay malapatan po ng tamang lunas. Punta pa po tayo ngayon sa panglima. Ito po ang tinatawag na punctuality. Tingnan po natin yung illustration. Ayan, may time po, tsaka marami po siyang ginagawa. Ang punctuality po o yung pagbibigay ng oras. Halimbawa po, handa po ba tayo sa ating shifting? So, magbigay po tayo ng oras para po sa ating trabaho upang pagdating po natin sa ating pinapasukan ay meron pa po tayong oras na ayusin ang ating sarili at yung maihanda po natin kung ano po yung ating mga kakailanganin sa araw na yon at upang maiwasan din po natin na makompromiso po natin ang taong papalitan natin. punta po tayo sa number 6. Yung number 6 po ay being able to learn. Ito po yung illustration. Ayan po. Gusto niya pong humakbang pataas pa. Ayan, maraming libro. Marami po siyang gustong dapat na aralin.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Joanna Marie Arroyo, student of NCMA Batch 8. I'm here to explain about the 10 types of quality of a good caregiver. The first one is patience. As a caregiver, you need to have a long patience to any kinds of situation. For example, you want to give medicine to your patient, but she don't want to take. She's complaining. You must have a patience to talk to her slowly and say to her that is for her to feel better. And the second one is DEMEANOR. It means even you are tired from whole day work, you still to be a professional in doing your task or work with a smiling face. And the third one, multitasking. It means not about only the patient is your work. You need to do also everything that connected to the patient. And number 4, being able to think quickly. You're always attentive and alert for whatever situation you may encounter. You must think quickly so that you will know what to do in dealing with your patient. Punctuality. Number 5. Always on the go. Always on time at working place. If you will be late or absent, you must tell or you must inform your boss ahead of time that you will be gonna be late or absent with valid reason. Number 6, willingness to learn. Means you are interested to learn more and add more knowledge. Number 7, being a good listener. It means if you really want to know everything or understand, you must need to listen properly. Kindness and empathy. Number 8, being good to your patient and showing them love and care. And number 9, willingness to go extra miles. It means you are willing to go anywhere with your patient. For example, your patient want to go somewhere but it's far, you must have to follow them because it's your job to take care wherever your patient go. Being able to take a responsibility. Number 10. It means whatever situation you have, even it's bad, you still can handle and do your job well. And that is the 10 types of quality of a good caregiver. Thank you and God bless. Working place. If you will be late or absent, you must tell or you must inform your boss ahead of time that you will be gonna be late or absent with valid reason. Number 6, willingness to learn. Means you are interested to learn more and add more knowledge. Number 7, being a good listener. It means if you really want to know everything or understand, you must need to listen properly. Kindness and empathy. Number 8, being good to your patient and showing them love and care. And number 9, willingness to go extra miles. It means you are willing to go anywhere with your patient. For example, your patient want to go somewhere but it's far, you must have to follow them because it's your job to take care wherever your patient go. Being able to take a responsibility. Number 10. It means whatever situation you have, even it's bad, you still can handle and do your job well. And that is the 10 types of quality of a good caregiver. Thank you and God bless.
Hi, my name is Melanie and I'm a student at Nurse Caregiver Management Alliance. Today, I'm gonna tell you about the 10 qualities of a good caregiver. Number 1, patience. What is patience? It is the capacity to accept and tolerate problems and suffering without getting annoyed. For example, when you give medicine to your patient and the patient doesn't want to take the medicine, then you have to be patient and to avoid getting angry. Number 2, cheery demeanor. Cheery demeanor is having a positive and happy behavior. For example, when your patient is sad or lonely, you have to show them a happy attitude so they will feel less lonely. Number 3, multitasking. Multitasking is to deal with more than one task at the same time. For example, as a caregiver, we have to have the ability to multitask because we have to do everything fast. For example, writing the record of your patient, but at the same time, we have to do the light exercise. Number 4, being able to think quickly. Being able to think quickly is the ability to make decisions very quick or to respond in a certain situation faster. For example, okay, let's say your patient is on the tube feeding, NGT feeding, and suddenly the tube was disconnected to the patient's nose. Then you have to think very fast what to do with the patient if you don't have the knowledge to put the NGT tube. Then you have to call the family or the doctor. Number 5, punctuality. Punctuality is the habit of human being completing their tasks on time. Example of punctuality is when you are working and your working time is 10 a.m., then you have to arrive 1 hour or 30 minutes before your working time so that your fellow caregiver can explain to you the patient's situation. Number 6, willingness to learn. Willingness to learn is the ability of a person or a caregiver to continue learning things they don't know yet, so they will have more knowledge with their job.
Example, when you know how to do tube feeding but you don't know how to change the colostomy bag, then you have to learn or to ask someone who knows the procedure and ask them to teach you. Number 7, being a good listener. Being a good listener is more than just allowing the other person to speak and you being nearby. You may have to read between the lines, ask questions, and offer support. Here are some of the characteristics a good listener has. Number 1, you are sincere and open-minded. You don't judge prematurely. Number 2, you ask the right questions. Number 3, distractions don't stand a chance with you. Number 8, kindness and empathy. Kindness and empathy. Sometimes empathy promotes kindness. Sometimes it doesn't. And too often empathy simply breaks down and fails to make a difference. Kindness doesn't require overcoming our natural instinct to be selfish and mean. Kindness is an essential part of human nature. Example, Be kind. Express a genuine interest in your patient. Acknowledge their thoughts, feeling, and what matter to them. Number 9. Willingness to go extra miles. Willingness to go extra miles. If you say that someone is willing to go the extra mile, you mean that they are willing to make a special effort to do or achieve something. Example, by meeting their patients' non-medical needs. By working exhausting shifts to meet the needs of their patients. Or by giving their patients hope and encouragement for the future. And last but not the least, is number 10. Being able to take responsibility. Being able to take responsibility, there is a word that I can't recall that is bothering me. It means to be able to take responsibility for a situation or to have the ability to control one action. Once again, I'm Melanie from NCMA. Thank you for watching my video and have a great day.
When dealing with the elderly, it is essential for a caregiver to be patient. Older people may take longer to perform daily tasks, and depending on any cognitive diagnostics may require a different level or type of communication. Patience is key to providing a safe and comfortable atmosphere. When the well-being of an elderly individual depends on your presence, you need to be there. If you are unable to make your scheduled visits consistency is the key. Consider having a backup, whether from a family member, friend, or professional who can provide the care in your absence, whether for physical or emotional support. Your senior loved ones will greatly benefit from someone who is dependable. Being a caregiver can be tiring and a very demanding job, but the best caregivers will never let it show. A caregiver who maintains a confident attitude will help your senior loved ones feel more at ease with their assisted care. Half of being a caregiver is listening to and paying attention to a senior's needs. Many elderly people do not want to inconvenience their friends and family members, which is why it is important for a caregiver to be attentive. This is even more important for anyone who suffers from cognitive disorders such as Alzheimer's or dementia. The more attentive a caregiver, the better they are to assist them as their disease progresses. If your elderly loved one is communicating with their caregiver every day, the worker will likely have access to your loved one's possession and confidential information. It is important to find a trustworthy caregiver, as you can rest easy knowing that your loved one is not being taken advantage of. This especially is important when considering whether to implement private help or use professional home care agency. As your senior loved one ages, they may become discouraged with their loss of independence. It is important for a caregiver to be supportive so that your senior loved one will feel encouraged with the achievements they can do, not with what they can't. With proper support, both you and your senior loved one will be amazed with what they can achieve. Every person's situation is different. Some people may have more severe compassionate. Every person's situation is different. Some people may have more severe conditions than others, yet wants a caregiver who can empathize with their situation. Compassion is critical to caring for anyone. It is important for a caregiver to come up with creative and original ideas to keep your senior loved one engaged, occupied and entertained. This can be anything to trips, walk in nature, arts and crafts, or even a movie day, especially on any indoor days with bad weather. Communication with a senior loved one can become difficult over time. If their speech has been impacted by a medical condition, or they simply have trouble expressing themselves, you want a caregiver who can push past the barriers and find a way to effectively communicate with them. Remember, there are many ways to communicate. Even if someone is non-verbal, we can emotionally communicate or connect with them with pictures and with signals. While you want to keep the schedule of an elderly individual as consistent as possible, the reality is it can change at any moment's notice. One slip or fall can impact someone's life dramatically. Caregivers must be extremely flexible to accommodate the needs of your elderly loved one. A caregiver needs to be prepared for a change of plans at any time. A passion for caregiving means they will provide exceptional care and will always be looking for ways in which they can improve and incorporate new and exciting activities. With all the that is required of a caregivers, they need to be passionate about what they do, or they often times experience as what we refer to as burnout.